I have arrived. Hello. And welcome back to the Outdoor Minimalist YouTube channel. I'm Meg Carney and I'm the author and host of Outdoor Minimalist. And today I will be reviewing the Solo Stove Lite. For those of you that haven't heard of the company Solo Stove, they are well known for their smokeless fire pits. So you can imagine one of these, but giant. And what makes it smokeless is it has the rings at the bottom as well as at the top. Sorry for all the soot that just came out. I've obviously used this before. So if you go onto the website and you search for the Solo Stove Lite, you will just purchase the stove independently, and that's all you really need because you can use any pot that you would use for camping as long as it's safe for an open flame, obviously. This is the Solo Stove's specific pot, and I do believe it holds 1.5 liters about of water, at least 1 liter. This is the windscreen, which you can purchase separately, and then this is the alcohol burner. Fun thing about the Solo Stove is that it uses biofuel, which if you've watched any of our other gear reviews, you'll know that I reviewed the BioLite Camp Stove 2 Plus, which is also a biofuel wood-burning stove. This wood-burning stove, unlike the BioLite stove, does not have an external battery, and it is strictly made from stainless steel, which I think makes it a little bit more durable, and it is much lighter. The stove alone weighs just 9 ounces, which makes it perfect for backpacking. I like this because it can also be used as like a cute little tabletop like burner. So if you want to make like s'mores or something like that, you can put it on a table and like roast your little s'mores, and you can leave this burner in the way it is. But you want to remove this when you start the fire. So you'll put your little sticks in, your fire starter, whatever, and then put this in upright and then your pot on top. That way it can aerate the fire and it will continue to burn and it won't snuff it out. If you're going to be using the alcohol burner, you will remove this and place this inside and then do the same. The nice thing about the alcohol burner is you can pre-fill it with the alcohol fuel and it locks shut so it isn't really going to leak. You can reopen it to light it, and that way you don't have to collect biofuel. So one thing that I will suggest for using the Solo Stove is if you have gloves that you like standard use around like handling fire and hot objects. So usually just a pair of leather gloves works, because since this is stainless steel, this canister is going to get very hot. So once you're done cooking, just let the fire burn out on its own. It can take It'll probably take around like 5 or so minutes for it to burn out. And just like the BioLite stove and any other wood burning stove that would be available, you want to make sure that you dispose of the ashes, coals, and any other sticks that are still burning appropriately so you do not start a wildfire. Cool down time, I would say on average for me, I wait probably like until I'm done with my meal. 15-20 minutes is the amount of time I wait for this to cool down, and then it's ready to nest back inside of itself. Let's talk about the things that I liked. The things that I like about this stove are, one, it's made just from one material. So it's all made from stainless steel. And stainless steel is a material that can be recycled over and over again. I don't believe at this time, or at least I'm not aware of it, I don't think that Solo Stove has a recycling policy in place, so you can't return it and they'll recycle it for you. And most municipal waste facilities that can handle recycling, they don't collect this type of stainless steel for recycling unless they say otherwise. So it is nice it's made from these materials. If they accepted a recycling program of some kind, it would allow the company to become more of a circular economy, which would be great. Other things that I like is, I already said that it is about 9 ounces, so you can use this for backpacking. Since these nest together, it makes it like really compact to carry. You could even nest this inside and you just have one small container to carry. One thing I really like about this is it has this opening in the front. So as this is burning, you don't need to take the pot off to refuel the stove. You can kind of just monitor it and then just put your biofuel inside like that. As it's burning, there is like an ash screen on the bottom. And so that way it keeps like your live coals and wood that are burning closer to the top and can help hopefully boil your water faster. Let's talk about the things I didn't like so much. I will say that the fastest I've ever boiled a complete pot of water, which I think was around a liter, liter and a half, it took me 26 minutes. So that is quite the difference. I think the conditions need to be really good in order to get that type of burn time. The type of fuel can probably influence how fast you're going to boil the water, if the water is cold to begin with, or if it's more room temperature. And also, of course, if it's windy, raining, snowing, etc., all those things can influence the burn time. Not the burn time, but the boil time. But I would like to see if I could get the boil time a little bit lower because, like I said, it did take me over 20 minutes to boil this pot of water, which if you are backpacking, most people don't want to wait that long to boil their water, especially if they're using like a pouch of food, because in a lot of instances, you boil the water, you pour it in, and then you have to wait 15 to 20 minutes for your backpacking meal to be ready, and that's just under an hour to wait to eat. And I don't know about anyone else, but usually I'm really hungry once I get to camp. So that's one thing that I think I maybe need to see if I can improve that. And if you go to the Solo Stove website, they'll have more detailed instructions on how to set up the stove and use the stove, as well as use the alcohol burner. Okay, so then let's talk about the general sustainability and durability. So the verdict on the Solo Stove Lite is, first, it is highly functional. It functions really well if you're backpacking, car camping, really any type of camping, as long as you are primarily boiling water. The main downside with most of these wood burning stoves is that you do not have temperature control. And so if you want to like simmer anything or cook it at a lower temperature, it's going to be a lot harder. And the other functionality pro of these is that it is very easy to clean. Sustainability wise, I think Solo Stove is a reasonably responsible company. They're very transparent with their manufacturing. They use primarily stainless steel for most of their products, so I appreciate that they don't use plastic for the most part. This is like a little rubber bit on the top to make it comfortable to handle, basically. All of their products do come wrapped in plastic inside of when you're unboxing it from the packaging, but that's generally unavoidable for most products that you're going to purchase anyway. They could join the Plastic Impact Alliance, which is becoming more popular in the outdoor industry, and I think that that would improve their sustainability score if they found alternatives to plastic packaging when they're sending out their products. But beyond that, because they use stainless steel, they're overall a very transparent company, and they have excellent customer service, as well as highly durable products that this stove will probably last you your entire life. And if you pass it down to future generations, it will probably last for them as well because it's stainless steel. So their score, they probably get about an 8 out of 10 as far as sustainability goes. And if you want to learn more about the Solo Stove, I'll be sure to link in the show notes to their website specifically for the Solo Stove Lite, as well as the accessories. I'm not affiliated with Solo Stove in any way at this time. I'm not going to be getting any money from those purchases. If you want to check it out, you can get more information from them. And if you want to see more gear reviews from me and the Outdoor Minimalist team, you can hit the like button. Is that the right direction? Do these nest together? That's a great question. Oh my gosh, I totally knew that. Okay, if you liked this review and would like to see more, make sure you hit that like button. I don't know where it is on the screen, but you can find it. And you can also subscribe to stay up to date with new releases of our YouTube videos on the YouTube channel. If you want to stay up to date with podcast episodes that are released every Monday about various topics regarding sustainability in the outdoor industry, you can subscribe to our Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you want a nice clean package to know what's going on every single week, the easiest way to do that is to head over to theoutdoorminimalist.com and subscribe to our weekly newsletter. And together, we will create a better outdoor space as we recreate.